Today on Houston Life, cows for comfort, the new trend that might have your significant other moving over.
Plus, PSL, you can move on over just a little bit because there's a new PSL in town. How to make this on-trend pumpkin spice pick-me-up.
And tonight, KPRC Channel 2 is taking you on a trip to Brazil. Channel 2's Andy Sirota joins us with a preview of our wildlife special. All that and more coming right up.
Is that for real?
Live from Studio B at KPRC Channel 2. Houston Live starts now.
We made it to Friday, everyone.
Friday.
That is the good news. Friday, October 23rd to be exact. I'm Derek Shore.
And I'm Courtney Savala. We do have some weather. This is the cold front that was promised. Let's check in with meteorologist Justin Stapleton, who is standing by in front of the wall with some weather warnings for the area. Hey, Justin.
Hey, guys. Yeah, I want to give you a quick update of what's happening. This is the cold front, as Courtney mentioned, that's moving through. So the reason we've got a severe thunderstorm warning, and you can see it's basically from Rosenberg all the way up to the metro Houston area till 3:15. You say, well, that's only about 15 minutes. It's a fast mover, and it's because of this leading edge line that's moving out towards Manville. That's the outflow boundary that's moving it sometimes up to close to 60 miles an hour. So there could be some fairly gusty conditions, and certainly not only some quick showers, but a little bit of lightning with this as well. That is the front that's moving on through. You can see things getting a little worse as you get over towards Winnie. But as we jump in a little tighter on that, you know, for the most part, we're looking A-OK. In terms of the actual rainfall, it'll be a fast mover. This isn't going to be any kind of flood issue with this here, but still pretty gusty conditions that are slicing their way just out towards Thompson's. Manville, Pearland, as I mentioned, down 288, so keep a watch on that. Now, the good news is that the cooler air is invading behind that. Look at this, 70 in Huntsville, 69 in College Station, 67 in Navasota, 90 in Pearland. So, guys, this is that cool front that's coming through, as we mentioned. That is going to make for a better-looking evening for Friday Night Football, and certainly a real nice-looking weekend forecast. We'll get to those details, of course, when you head back to me here in just about 30 minutes.
Okay, Justin, thanks so much. A lot of red and yellow on that map. It's amazing how quickly the weather can change here.
We can hear it, too. We can hear it here. Winds are whipping and all of that, so we'll get an update here in a little bit, of course.
Yeah, but first, let's check in with Joe and Lauren for a look at what they have coming up today on Houston Life.
And, Joe, you have some info about helping single Houstonians find some LOVE.
Absolutely. Courtney, Derek, you know what? With the weather that's coming, I think you need a cuddle buddy for that time. And you know what? You're absolutely right. This show is in its third season and decided to mix things up a bit and come here to Houston to gather a group of beautiful and successful singers. So they're going to be looking to find their soulmate in this year. It's called Ready to Love Last Resort. And a lot of people are excited about this show. I'm going to be telling you all about how it works later on and who's going to be on there, too.
All right.
Okay, dating in 2020. Who knew it would look like this? Thanks, Joe.
And, Lauren, you are finding your inner kid today with some family fun at one of my favorite places.
Absolutely, you guys. You know what? Don't tell my boyfriend Gabriel, but I might have already found some love with this little bony guy here, too. We are at Children's Museum Houston. We're talking all things Halloween Girls Topia, which is virtual this year. I'm going to be getting some lessons here, heading on over to the lab with our mad scientist, Mr. O. He's a fun, friendly guy you've seen on the show before, and he's going to be showing us some spooky experiments a little bit later on. So don't move. I'm going to polish up my piano playing skills with my new boyfriend and send it back to you guys until you check back in.
Oh, Lauren. Okay, get to work, girl. Got to practice a little bit more.
She's really good. She's actually better than I am. Okay. Well, a reminder, there is still time to get out and vote early, of course. Early voting continues for another full week until the day before Halloween, October 30th, Courtney.
That's right. And many here in Houston have already taken advantage of the shorter lines and wait times. Of course, Derek, you did. I went yesterday. It looks like Harris County is projected to hit an all-time early voting record. It's expected that as of today, 1 million people in Harris County alone have already cast their ballots.
Amazing.
I know. It's great. This election year, we've seen a big push from celebrities.
Yeah, getting out the vote is great. It's such a basic civic responsibility, right? So, of course, there's Blake Lively on your left, Ryan Reynolds on the right. And apparently, this was his very first time voting. The photo quickly went viral of his first time, in quotes. They sort of played with this idea of Ryan's first time, of course, meaning in the U.S. election. election. He's Canadian, right?
Canadian, yes.
Okay.
I love that. I mean, you know, everybody's posting, and of course the sticker and all of that. But I think it's great too, because all this on social media allows really for people to see where the lines are and where the spots are to vote too.
Yeah, and just having it done feels so good. You don't want to get stuck on election day waiting in those long lines, because I think this record turnout, knock on wood, knock on plastic, will continue.
Absolutely. Okay, by the way, if the election does not go your way, or you're just plain old tired of 2020, there's a new way to reduce the stress. 2 words: cow cuddling.
This is the best story I've seen in a long time. DailyMail.com recently published an article highlighting this wellness trend out of the Netherlands, and apparently, Courtney, it boosts oxytocin and causes a calming effect. How about that?
I don't know. I think I would be freaked out.
Why?
I'm going to be honest. Well, cows, I mean, they don't move very fast, but move. Oh. Do they?
Oh, they can move fast.
I mean, you know, but it
if
just
you get
seems...
between a mama cow and her baby,
okay, I'm not
she will
saying
move
that
quickly.
scenario, but I
She'll
just...
trample you.
I don't know.
Cows are so sweet. One of the things that I love about being up close to them is, you know, their eyelashes, they're like thinking, feeling, emotional beings. That's why I don't eat them. And to hold them, I mean, it's just like holding a puppy. It feels good. It calms you down.
Yeah.
So why not?
I'll hug Oscar. How about that? He's not really a snuggler, which is really interesting.
Really?
Yeah. He like lays by himself.
Oh, that's too bad. That would drive me crazy.
It drives, Orlando picks him up and moves him closer to us.
Yeah, what's the point of having a puppy if he doesn't cuddle with you?
I think because we have some strict rules in the house. You know, he can't go on the bed, not on the couch. He does go upstairs to wake up the boys, and so he knows when either one of us is going to go upstairs. He gets excited and he jumps right into Connor's bed.
Wow.
Maybe he's just mad at us because we don't allow him on the couch or the bed.
Or maybe he's a sociopath. I've dated a few of those and they don't cuddle.
No. I don't think Oscar's a sociopath.
Well, I don't think so either. He's very cute. That
He's
was a
very
bad
cute.
joke. Okay, so from handshakes to hugs, 2020 has taken away a lot of things. You gave us some bad news yesterday about some of the television specials that won't be airing this year. Yeah. More bad news, people. Sitting in Santa's lap at Macy's can now be added to the list of things you can just scratch off your list, okay? The retailer announced they will be ending their holiday tradition that had been running for 159 years. Instead, they are replacing the in-person experience with a virtual engagement. I don't know what that means.
I don't either.
But don't worry, Santa Claus will still be part of the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade next month.
Well, I mean, if his calendar's open for that, I'm guessing he's not doing any appearances.
Well, Santa's very tired this year.
He's very tired.
He's a tired old man. I feel you, Santa. So am I. Can you believe the Thanksgiving Day Parade is happening next month?
I cannot. This is, the year's flying by finally.
The
We were stuck in mud for a little bit.
Year.
The fastest, slowest year. You are so right. Okay, if you're looking for something else to put a smile on your face this Friday, seriously, look no further. Twitter user Jeremy Podwer wrote, "Poorly explain what you do for a living," and Bored Panda compiled some of the hilarious responses he got. I have to be honest with you. I went down the rabbit hole on this. I couldn't stop reading it.
Look how funny.
Yeah, so Lyle the alligator says, "I bust through your front door and spray all your things down with water. You usually thank me afterward."
A firefighter, right?
Firefighter.
Yeah, really, really good. Okay, I think we have some more examples to get through. I take bones that are arranged in a way that I find not pleasing, and then I line them up in a way that I like. Then I screw in some metal.
An orthopedic surgeon? Is that right or no?
I'm guessing.
Oh, wow, okay.
Putting a cast on people. Okay, and you and I have both had some interesting jobs.
Totally.
So do you want to describe one of them?
You want me to go first?
Sure.
Okay, I wrote down some notes because I wanted to keep myself on track. You know how I get.
That's good, that's good.
Okay, when I first started, I never slept. I worked 24/7, and as the job evolved, I then got more responsibility. So I became the lead trainer. I started really getting very well versed in picking things up, putting things down, shuttling. I manage my success in the number of eye rolls I get daily.
The more words you say, the more confused I am.
Was it a bad explanation?
No, I had trouble following.
I work for free.
Did you work at were you a shoe salesperson at Mervyn's?
Mom.
Oh, a mom, of course. Okay, that's really good. Okay, that's really good. Okay, here's mine.
Okay.
I sometimes put on costumes or other bizarre attire, and I publicly embarrass myself on a regular basis. What is my job?
Co-host of Houston Life.
Well, there you go. You got it right. I know, easy, right?
Easy.
So easy. I thought about, you know, my swimming pool job.
Oh, that's the first one that went in my head. I was like, okay, the lifeguard, swimming pool job. It's hard for us because we know each other's resume.
I would have said, I take off my clothes to go to work. The swimming pool.
The swimming pool.
And
but then I would have gone.
I did have a suit on.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Which is a swimsuit, not clothes, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay, what else do we have coming up today?
Okay, well, that actually leads us to our viewer talker of the day. We want you guys to describe a current or past job. We're going to try to guess the occupation a little bit later on in the show. And this is, of course, on social media.
Yeah.
And I think we have one to share now. We have viewer Stacy. Is that right? Okay. Well, Stacy says that she served drinks and snacks to people in a metal tube, but most importantly, helped them get out of the tube quickly if needed.
So good. A flight attendant.
Flight attendant.
Amazing. Okay, well, that's it for now, but we will share more of your jobs coming up a little later on in today's show. It is interesting to, like, think back. I think my very first job that I got a paycheck for, I was helping my friend's dad do people's tax returns.
Really?
Did we ever talk about this?
No.
I had forgotten about this job. My sister's friend, Sarah, and all I remember about the guy is he lived in this damp house with a bunch of Yorkshire Terriers running around.
Damp?
Damp with a P. Did
Why
it sound like
No, why?
something
I'm
else?
confused. Why is it damp?
I don't, it just was. I don't know. It wasn't my house. Ask him. Why is your house so damp?
It just seems odd. Okay.
Listen, I was very confused. I think I was 13 years old, and all I knew, all of these papers were coming off the printer, and I had to somehow assemble them, staple them, put them in a folder, his business card. It was a bad job for a 13-year-old, and I'm pretty sure...
The wrong papers got in the envelope.
Well, I don't think it was legal. I was only 13, right?
Yeah.
Child labor laws. You know, in Utah.
Did he?
What laws? My wife is 14. What law?
Right. Doesn't matter. Illegally married. I think I did a babysitting job once. Never did that again. Never. It was horrible. And really, the first time I actually took care of a child was my own, because the babysitting thing was just a nightmare.
You didn't... Why was it a nightmare?
I don't know. The kid wouldn't go to sleep, and I didn't really know what to do. And I don't remember. I mean, that was it. And then I worked at a restaurant. Well, remember I did the coat check girl at one of the restaurants, and this was for the New Year's Eve party. My friend Nikki and I, we worked the coat check, and while everybody's in there partying for their New Year's Eve party, we were wearing everybody's fur coats. So we were trying on.
Oh my
We were
gosh.
trying on people's coats
What if
and
someone
having
had
fun
seen
in the
you?
background, you know, because we could hear the music, and we were trying on people's coats, and then
Suddenly someone showed up with a ticket.
and she had it on. But I came to the window, the little window, and I couldn't find, you know, I yelled out to her whatever the number was, and so she ran back with the coat on to get she said, no, because she had to take the coat, you know, give me back the ticket, but she was wearing the coat, and yeah, it was... Oh, it
wow.
was funny. We never did that
Busted.
again either.
Busted. You know, when you told the babysitting story, you made me realize that I had actually been doing some babysitting as well. I was 11 years old, and we had these cool neighbors, and I was actually friends with some of the kids because we went to school together in elementary. And one of the kids almost burned the house down trying to make popcorn. But once I babysat for them, word kind of spread around the neighborhood that, like, oh, there's a babysitter in town. He's like the kid down the street. I did magic tricks and coin tricks, whatever. And I remember this woman one day, and her children were terrible. There were 3 kids, and the youngest was a year old. The baby screamed for hours and hours. I think I babysat for like 3.5 hours, right?
And that's all it did?
And when the woman came home, and she drove me home, right? Guess how much she paid me?
I don't know.
$5.
For 3 hours?
For 3.5 hours.
Oh, no.
That was the last time I ever did that.
Yeah, no kidding. You should have got that in writing, what your hourly rate was.
I know. I was so duped, but I couldn't negotiate. I was just a kid, right? I should have.
A kid taking care of someone else's kids.
I know.
That's a big responsibility.
Don't you think 11 years old is maybe a little too young to be?
Slightly young. Yes.
The parents were desperate. What could I say? Okay, well, let's move on. Coming up next on Houston Life, did last night's debate have you thinking of your finances? Well, today we'll chat with an expert on the tips you need to know to protect your wallet.
Plus, Lauren Kelly has details on the family-friendly virtual Halloween activities at the Children's Museum of Houston. Find out how you can get your kids involved. Houston Life will be right back.
Oh, look at these cuties in their costumes. KPRC Channel 2 and Levy Park have joined forces for their annual dog costume contest.
Oh, my gosh.
And this year, like many other events, their event has gone virtual.
Did you see the one with the Eat More Chicken?
So
All you
cute.
have to do is head to Levy Park's Facebook page and vote for your favorite four-legged trick or treater. Oh, my gosh, there's so many good ones.
So good. And the winning pups will be announced next week on a special edition of Houston Life, where we will be unveiling, Courtney, our brand new mobile studio.
That is right. Join us as we help you prepare for Halloween, from costumes to fun, games, food for the whole family. It is next Thursday at our regular time, of course, 3 p.m.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
Absolutely.
Working on that set right now. And speaking of Halloween, goblins, ghosts, and goo are just a few of the creepy things to see during Halloween Gross Topia at the Children's Museum of Houston.
And this year, of course, looks a little bit different with all of their activities going virtual, but not to worry. Lauren Kelly has more info on what you can expect when you're there. Hey, Lauren.
Hey guys, you know, this is one of our favorite places around town, the Museum District, the Children's Museum. It's so great and usually packed with lots of little kiddos and little mad scientists for the Halloween Gross-topia events. Obviously this year, gonna look a little bit different since everything has to move virtual, but there's still so many activities that you guys can do, and they update them every day. All you have to do is log onto their Facebook page or their YouTube page. They're putting out different activities, family-friendly for everybody each day now through Halloween, so you can still join the mad scientists. You can join all the slimy and creepy fun while being educated on their social media handles. So coming up in just a few, we're going to return with Mr. O, the mad scientist here at the Children's Museum Houston. We're going to show off a very spooky ghost bubbles experiment, and I'm going to get ready to go into the lab. They have a very special lab coat waiting for me. If you guys want to come on over and see what's happening next, Mr. O is getting all of our experimental necessities ready for us. We're going to toss it back to you guys until I get back into the lab with Mr. O coming up next, you guys. Don't go anywhere.
Oh, you sound so scary, Lauren. We are very much looking forward to those experiments. And Courtney, you'd fit right in with your tie-dye.
Very on trend.
Very on trend.
I love it. Thanks, Lauren. Coming up next, Election Day is just a couple of weeks away. How this could be affecting your bank account in today's Finance Friday.
Plus, get on the pumpkin spice train with this scary good coffee drink. That and so much more when we come back in 2 minutes.
Some people spend extra time worrying about what might happen to their finances. Joining us now with 5 tips on what we should do now is certified financial planner and president of Shakiba Capital, Trevor Shakiba. Happy Friday. Great to see you.
Yeah, good to see you.
Okay, first tip. I love this. You keep it real. You say the first thing to do, don't do anything.
Yeah, look. I know everyone's talking about the election, and we just had a debate last night, but most people, when it comes to finance and their investments, you don't need to do anything. Absolutely not to do nothing. Of course, unless you're doing something that's bad. But if you're living below your means, you're budgeting and you're saving, the truth is we don't know who's going to win. We don't know what that means. We don't know about policy. So trying to figure that out with your investments and finances is an absolute difficult way to plan for your financial future.
And the second tip here is that you say if you're a new investor, don't wait. Don't wait around.
Yeah, you absolutely can't wait. Remember this timeless piece of wisdom when it comes to investing. time in the market is more important than timing the market. No one can predict anything, including politics. And remember this statistic, Courtney, 14 of the last 17 election years, the market was up. That actually surprised me when I looked it up. So we have no idea how the end of the year is going to go and what the market's going to do.
And that really goes into our next point, Trevor, because we can't control that. But you say maybe focus on what we need to do before the end of the year.
Yeah, exactly. Now, that's something you can control, and we're going to talk more about this a little bit later and get into more details later this year. But have you maxed out your 401ks and your IRAs? Have you used up your health care, those health savings accounts? What about harvesting tax losses? That's something to be paying much more attention to than reacting to the election.
Absolutely. And also, this is another thing, keeping it real. Never buy into the emotion and hype. You just basically stay the course.
Yeah, exactly. And the best example of this is 4 years ago. Think back to that time. It was a shock. Everyone was surprised when President Trump won. And I remember there was a lot of people that were concerned for whatever reason. But the following year, after President Trump took office, the market was up 25% plus. You can't react emotionally. You can't react to what you want to happen from an election standpoint. So emotions is just a recipe for disaster when it comes to investments.
Absolutely. So check those emotions at the door for sure. Okay, let's move along to basically the fundamentals will always still matter. And you say taking a look, making sure that you're diversified, basically looking at your portfolio.
Yeah, exactly. And look, I talk about this all the time. The viewers, I'm sure, are probably sick of hearing it, but the fundamentals still and always will matter. So that's really what you want to pay attention to. Yes, you got to be diversified. Don't have all of your eggs in one basket. Stocks or companies in the market are going to go up or down long term for one reason, and that is earnings and profits. The best thing you can do if you don't have it is actually have a plan in place. So if you don't have that, that's one thing you could absolutely do in 2020 to make it a great year for you financially.
I think it's great, Trevor. These 5 tips were wonderful, and I know people get nervous in an election year, but don't worry about that and focus and look at the end of the year stuff as well. Trevor, it's always great to see you. Hope you had a great weekend.
Yeah, all the best.
And if you are looking for a new way to invest and grow your money, you can connect with Trevor by visiting ShakivaCapital.com. Derek, we're going to send it over to you.
All right, Courtney, thank you. And coming up, Joe, you got to interview one of your favorite comedians, right?
Yeah, I love listening to him every single morning on the Steve Harvey Morning Show with the prank calls. If you haven't heard it, you have to listen in. He is hilarious. And later on in the show, you'll hear from nephew Tommy, who we're talking about, and how he's helping singles right here in Houston, Derek, find their soulmate on the new season of Ready to Love Last Resort. I can't wait to show everyone that.
Okay, thank you for that, Joe. Plus, Keith and Lauren will join us with a look at what is coming up on KPRC Channel 2 News at 4. And Justin has your weekend forecast. We'll be back in just 2 minutes. And thanks for staying with us here. It is time for the second half hour of Houston Life. I'm Derek Shore.
And I'm Courtney Savala. We would like to toss over to Keith and Lauren and Justin to see what they're working on for the 4 p.m. Hey, guys.
Hey, yeah, your second half hour is just 30 minutes away from our first segment. So
funny how that works.
Happy Friday. Happy Friday.
Keith, I was told there'd be no math about this.
That's why we got into
All of a sudden, I'm itching.
Certainly not my subject.
That's right. All right, well, first things first, the storms we've been talking about today are moving through parts of the Houston area. Justin is here with more on that.
Yes, ma'am. In fact, they've been blasting through pretty quickly. We've actually had some power outages that have been called up across some of like North Harris County, Montgomery County as well. So we'll keep a watch on those for you as well. We'll have more coming up at 4 o'clock here. Not only that, look at all the lightning there from Beaumont down to Winnie. I mean, just really explosive as this front slides on through. So the leading edge of this is the one that actually got the severe thunderstorm warning that we talked about at the top of the show here. There it is. There's the actual front itself for the leading edge of that outflow boundary, where they've seen some wind gusts upwards of about 60 miles an hour. So LaPorte down to League City, blasting its way across the bay. The good news is, I mean, just zipping through. So once this is done, we're pretty much done with that. But still, if you're going to be traveling over the next, let's say, 20, 30 minutes, especially east side or heading out to Beaumont, just give it about 30 and we should be okay after that. There's the front, 68 in Cleveland, 68 in Tomball, 80 in Pearland. They were at 90 degrees about 10 minutes ago. So you can see the influence of that cooler air in low 70s up towards College Station. So should be a fairly decent evening. As we get into it, we'll see those temperatures generally into the upper 60s to the mid 70s. And then as we go in towards tomorrow morning, here's the payoff, guys. We're going to be, look at this, upper 50s, low 60s for lows, a very nice cool start to our Saturday, and then mid 70s. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that, and mostly sunny skies. It's going to be very, very comfortable for our Saturday. We're going to warm up a little bit as we get in towards Sunday. We'll be back up into the, we'll call it the low 80s or so. And then that second front comes through. That one also is going to bring some rains in from Tuesday into Wednesday, but then look at things drop from the 80s to the 50s, and then once we clean out all of the messy weather by Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then towards Halloween on Saturday, perfect weather. Look at that, 40s, upper 60s to about 70 degrees. So it does look like that second front, as it slides through, is really going to make a nice difference and certainly bring in some much cooler air for us as well.
All right, fall making a run at us.
Yes, it is.
Thank you, Justin. Okay, also coming up at 4, an interesting look at stay-home orders. They were common in a lot of places, including here in Harris County during the onset of the pandemic. The question is, did those stay-home orders actually work? The interesting results of a new study on that topic.
Plus, it was one of the topics in last night's presidential debate, the oil industry. Our Brandon Walker is going to dive deep into a Democratic presidential candidate, Joe Biden's pledge to move away from oil and gas and what it ultimately means for jobs in Houston and also the rest of Texas.
Finally, ever wonder if what you're buying online is really a good deal? Well, coming up, we are going to tell you about a new tool that helps you know if you're paying too much or if you're really getting a bargain.
Okay.
We're all about those bargains, right?
We're all about the bargains here at Houston Life. You know we love to shop. Thanks, guys. We'll see you at 4.
Well, it is my favorite time of year. Of course, we're talking about PSL season, pumpkin spice lattes, but I really like pumpkin spice anything. But have you ever tried the quarantine craze Dalgona coffee?
I've never heard of it.
Okay, so I did this, the whipped coffee.
The whipped coffee.
It's so good. The trendy beverage is a fluffy whipped drink that has really taken the internet by storm.
The interwebs?
Yes.
But this is a pumpkin version. Spooky Little Halloween founder Miranda Enzor is joining us now with a recipe that brings together the best of both worlds. There she is right there. Miranda, thank you so much for making time for us today.
Thank you for having me. Happy Halloween, guys.
Happy Halloween, just a week away. Okay, so we have this spread here in Studio B, and I understand you're going to walk us through how to make this. You're not a fan of the Starbucks pumpkin spice latte, though.
You know, I'm really not, but being a Halloween vlogger, I mean, you kind of have to love pumpkin everything, right? So I've kind of been on this journey the last few years to find the pumpkin coffee that I love. And I think this pumpkin whipped coffee is it, finally.
Okay, I'm obsessed with the whipped coffee, too. It's very easy. I did not think I was going to like it. I like what you're doing here. You're kind of taking 2 different coffees and basically blending them together. So let's get started. Can you walk us through what we need to do?
Yeah, absolutely. So I pre-mixed all my stuff, so I'm basically just going to assemble here with you guys.
Okay.
So first we have our pumpkin milk that we're going to make. So this is a cup of milk, any milk that you want to use, 2 tablespoons of canned pumpkin, half a teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice, which is a mix of cinnamon, ginger, cloves, and nutmeg, all those lovely spices we love this time of year. And then my secret ingredient to kind of brighten up that pumpkin a little bit is some maple syrup. So we do a teaspoon of that. And I like to make mine ahead of time and stick it in the fridge overnight. It kind of helps all those fall flavors meld a little bit better. So got mine mixed, and I'll just pour it right into my glass.
That's what this is. Okay, so we're going to pour ours into the mixing bowl. Is that right? Into the mixing bowl? Oh, into the glass.
Yes. You guys have yours mixed up already?
Okay. There we go. A little slow on the take here. Sorry.
All good.
There we go.
Okay, it's in the glass, Miranda.
All right. Awesome. So that's kind of the easy part. I mean, really, this whole thing is easy, which is what I love about the Dalgona coffee craze. And then for the whipped coffee part, if you haven't done this before, again, I pre-made mine. But this is super easy to put together. It's just 2 tablespoons of instant coffee. Instant is really important in this. You got to have the instant coffee to make, the magic happen here. 2 tablespoons of hot water and 2 tablespoons of sugar. And then you just mix it up with a hand mixer, or if you have a stand mixer too, you could do it by hand, but it'll take a little while. But just whip it till it's the consistency of meringue and nice and fluffy like it is here.
Okay, so I have this, and I'm going to try to turn our mixer on just to show everybody basically how easy it is. I know on the internet, Miranda, most people were doing this basically by hand, but I did the mixer. Do you
That's what
recommend
I do
by
at home
hand
too.
or the
I have a little
mixer?
hand mixer, and
Okay.
I mean, 2-3 minutes, and it is ready to go. That looks awesome right there.
Yeah, I mean, it's 2-3 minutes, and this is basically what we end up getting, which is this. There we go. That's what it looks like.
It goes fast.
And then this is our mixture, what it looks like when it's whipped.
It's beautiful, that
Yes.
final product. Okay, so Miranda, we've put the chilled concoction into the glasses, and now the idea is that we just spoon this carefully, the foam essentially, onto the chilled mixture. Is that right?
Yep, you just layer it on there.
Look at that.
Okay.
And we've got some, I think it's pumpkin pie spice on hand. Is that what the garnish is for?
Is that what you guys have? I have a little bit of Halloween sprinkles on my end because.
Ooh, fun.
Very festive. I'm
Well-
making a little bit of a mess here. Sorry about that.
I know that we
It's
can
no
make
fun
it.
if it's not a mess.
You can make it boozy or not boozy, right? Because I have this pumpkin spice Irish cream in front of me.
Yeah, so if you wanted to, have a little fun and make it boozy, instead of doing your pumpkin milk in the bottom, just add one of those cream liqueurs that's pumpkin pie spice this time of year, and then put your whipped coffee on top, and it's a nice little cocktail, maybe for after dinner.
It's good.
Oh, very nice. I think I'll be trying that, Miranda. Very, very nice. Now, tell us a little bit about Spooky Little Halloween. This is something you started back in 2015, so it's been 5 years.
Yeah, I just celebrated my 5th anniversary. I am a year-round Halloween blogger. Halloween every season of the year, as you can kind of see there. And I just started it as a place to share my own Halloween parties that I've been hosting since 2009. And it just kind of turned into this fun space to share my love of Halloween and hang out with some cool Halloween friends I found on the internet. So it's just kind of kept going from there. I love doing Halloween all year long.
It's so great. Lots of great ideas, including this drink here, Miranda. We're both totally enjoying it. Definitely going to add this to my list.
Yes, and congrats on the 5-year anniversary.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. Happy Halloween. And to our
Happy
viewers,
Halloween.
if you would like to whip it up at home, you can find the full recipe on our website, HoustonLife.tv.
And still to come, the all-new season of the hit dating show Ready to Love is back. Joe Sam chats with the host and Houston comedian Nufo Tommy about what we can expect. It was nephew Tommy, what he can expect from the show's premiere episode.
And KPRC Channel 2's Andy Sirota will join us to share details on his trip to Brazil ahead of tonight's special Saving Wildlife Giants of the Pantanal in partnership with the zoo. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Happy Halloween. Hey, Derek and Courtney. My name is Jessica, and I'm wishing you and your viewers a very happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, Houston Life. I'm Laura, the Halloween Collector, coming to you from my spooky Halloween living room where it's Halloween all year round. I hope you have a wonderful Halloween season.
Oh, happy Halloween to all of you, too, and thanks for those shout-outs. Well, you know what? It may not be Valentine's Day, but love is still in the air, especially for a lucky group of Houstonians. I spoke with famous comedian and host nephew Tommy about his new season of Ready to Love Last Resort, which is making its big debut tonight.
In these crazy times, we need love more than ever. I gathered 20 eligible singles from my hometown of Houston.
Ready to Love has come here to Houston, and I think that's going to be really, really great for everybody here. And you being a Houstonian yourself, you had a big part in making this happen.
Yes. You know, we did 2 of them in Atlanta, and the question came up: what city shall we do next? Let's take this thing on the road. And of course, you know, I love my city. I love H-Town, and I just threw it in the hat. I said, hey man, Houston, baby, come on. We the 4th, 5th largest city. Come on, give us a shot. Will Packer, the executive producer, he said, you know what, Tom? You know, we'll think about that. He came back and said, hey, H-Town, we doing it. And then my heart dropped when he said that.
That's right. Let's bring it to H-Town. Why not? Because there's a lot of single people here looking for love. So tell us about the show.
Here's the deal, man. Ready to Love Last Resort. We are actually on a resort, which I think is very, very good for the show. The fact that we've taken people away from their problems, away from your everyday hustle and bustle in the city of Houston, bring you out to a resort, lock you in that resort, and now guess what? You don't have anything else to do. You don't have to go to work. You don't have to drop the kids off. You have nothing to do. All you have is one thing to do, and that is try and find love.
Talk about the cast, because I know majority of them are from Houston.
Right. There's 20 men, 20 beautiful women out of Houston, Texas. In case you don't know how the show works, this is a process of elimination. We start and with 20 people, by 10 weeks later, we are down to 6 people, which are 3 couples who have hopefully found love.
You done talked 2-3 people and you done led them on, man. Your problem is you don't know what to say when you're not interested.
Houston, I will say, made me proud. These women they're entrepreneurs, they're go-getters. The men are grinders. And not only that, ladies, let me tell you about these men. I don't know where they get these stomachs from in Houston, but these brothers are ripped. I need a membership at that gym, wherever they going in Houston, to get these stomachs. These brothers on the show. Woo!
Well, you know what? You have been inspiring to everyone here in Houston, representing H-Town to the fullest, kicking off this new season of Ready to Love. We are all excited and ready to watch.
There we go, baby. H-Town. See y'all soon.
There we go. Now, if you would like to see which Houston single will find love, you can tune in tonight on the Oprah Winfrey Network at 9 p.m. for the premiere of Ready to Love Last Resort, the Houston edition. And to hear my full chat with Nephew Tommy, just head over to our website, HoustonLife.tv. It is going to be a lot of fun seeing who's going to find their little boo thing. That's what we're going to call them.
Boo thing. He's right, though. They're ripped.
Yeah, I mean, I have to keep my clothes on because, look, I can't even compare with those guys on the show. They have full 8-packs, not 6-packs.
Joe, thank you so much. All right, time now to take a look at what you had to say about our viewer question today. A new trend of poorly describing your job is all over the internet, so we wanted you to try it out, and that you did.
Absolutely. Here's what our friend, viewer Jennifer had to say. On the screen, I work 365 days a week, no days off, no sick days. Healthcare isn't great. I'm not allowed to call in. My pay varies from vomit, cleaning dirty butts, cooking, cleaning, teaching, and comforting. My boss can be very demanding most days and doesn't have mercy for me. I love my job.
Okay, I'm guessing, Jennifer, you're a mom,
yes.
A parent, of course, the hardest job of all. Very, very funny. Okay, very nice. And keep those comments coming in. Still ahead on Houston Life, we are sitting down with KPRC Channel 2's Andy Sirota about his trip to Brazil, including an encounter with jaguars.
And Lauren Kelly steps into the lab at the Mad Scientist to summon up an experiment for ghost bubbles with Mr. O. Houston Life will be right back.
Tonight, KPRC Channel 2 is taking you on a journey to South America, to a remarkable place where people witness wildlife at every turn, the Pantanal in Brazil. Here now with the preview of tonight's special is KPRC Channel 2's Andy Sirota. Andy, it's great to have you in studio.
Great to see you.
And the Pantanal sort of set the stage for us because people think of wildlife in South America, and I think for many of us, we automatically think of the Amazon. But the Pantanal is actually more accessible.
It is. It's a great place to see animals. It's not as well known as the Amazon, and the Houston Zoo is involved in some really amazing conservation projects involving some of the giant species there.
Including the giant armadillo. I didn't even know that was such a thing. We think here in Texas armadillos as being small animals. How big are they in Brazil?
Oh my gosh, I mean, they're huge. This place, I mean, it's known as the land of the giants, okay? So the Giant Armadillo Project is run by 3 of the most incredibly charming characters. There they are right now. I call them characters. I mean, these guys are researchers, they're biologists. They pour their heart and soul into the work that they do every day. I mean, truly is amazing. They had never seen a giant armadillo. So before the project even began, so they weren't quite sure what to expect. They had a lot to learn. So they now have a bit more experience since they were able to successfully track, capture, and tag one of these giant armadillos.
And tagging is critical to track the species. What about the camera setup down there? There's something called camera traps. What are those?
Right, so the Houston Zoo supports the work that's being done there with these camera traps, and this acts as a sort of another set of eyes for them to study these animals when they can't necessarily see them in their natural habitat, like in their burrows, for example. And it's really neat to see them through the camera's lens. And once these giant armadillos are done with their burrows and they move on to another one and build another one, other animals then use those burrows.
Oh, how interesting.
As a habitat. So they were able to sort of study and see those animals as well.
And I mean, a true ecosystem where we're all dependent upon each other. Let's talk about these giant otters. Again, how big are we talking?
Okay, 6 feet long. They can weigh up to 75 pounds, and they're what's called an apex predator. So they're sort of at the top of the chain there along the river and in the river, and they are just marvelous creatures. You can see one of them right there chowing down on an armored catfish.
Oh,
that's a favorite of theirs.
6 feet long. I mean, they look adorable, but 6 feet long. They're quite large. Let's talk about the jaguars. Had you ever been up close and personal like that before?
Never. You know, it was our first day on the river, and our guide was hopeful that we would see a jaguar. We saw two brothers trailing along the banks of the river, the Cuiabá River. And we were told it's kind of unusual that they were staying so close together, because normally they'll split up, the males, and they like to have their own territory. But these two brothers stayed together, and this was a year ago when we were there, okay? And we've been told, we checked back with the folks down there, and they said that the two brothers are still seen together. They've been seen together recently.
That is incredible. Listen, I could talk to you for an hour about this, but I will hold my horses. We got to tune in tonight to learn more about this fascinating part of the world. Andy Sirota, thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Great to see you. Come visit us here.
I will.
More often. We love having you. And a reminder, you can check out jaguars, those giant armadillos, and those 6-foot otters. So many more animals on tonight's special, Saving Wildlife, Giants of the Pantanal, right here on KPRC Channel 2, starting at 7 p.m. And now we will send it on over to Courtney.
All right, Derek, thanks so much. You know, every year the Children's Museum of Houston transforms into a spooktacular paradise, but this year they are bringing the frightful fun to you virtually. Lauren Kelly is live in the lab mixing up some creepy concoctions for us. Hi, Lauren.
Hey guys, we are here in the laboratory getting things ready to make some ghost bubbles here with one of our favorite mad scientists. Mr. O is in the building, and he very so nicely let me have my very own lab coat today. I'm going to be mini mad scientist LK for the day. So let's talk a little bit really quickly about the museum's virtual activities. They're all online this year. If you're at school, if you're at home, or if you're playing around, you can log on and learn some of those.
Exactly. Even though we're not open, we are still want to be a part of your Halloween. So make sure you go online to our cmhouston.org. We've got a ton of our all-time access videos. We've been doing all this week. We've been focusing on our creepy concoctions.
I love it.
So make sure you do that. We got more coming up next week, because of course next week is Halloween.
All right, Mr. O, so since we're here in the lab, I want to get our experiment started. Safety first. I've got some gloves on. I've got my safety goggles. What are we doing here?
Well, what we have here is we have some dry ice. Now, dry ice, a lot of people sometimes call it hot ice. It is not hot. It is cold. It is negative 109 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay, what are we doing?
Really, really cold. So I'm going to drop it into that container right there. I'm going to add a little hot water to it.
Okay, hot water into the dry ice.
Because that's going to make it sublimate. So unlike normal ice, which melts, dry ice sublimates. It turns directly from a solid to a gas.
Okay.
Now, a lot of people think this white stuff here, that's carbon dioxide. That is not carbon dioxide. That's snow.
That's snow.
It's so cold that these are little tiny ice crystals. You can't actually see carbon dioxide.
Okay.
Now, of course, what's really cool, though, is if you can capture them inside a bubble.
I got a bubble, you guys. That's a ghost bubble. Oh my gosh, you guys, for more experiments and a lot more fun activities virtually from the Children's Museum of Houston, just log on HoustonLife.tv. We'll be right back with more.
Coming up Monday on Houston Life, a local pumpkin carver will share her intricate creations just in time for National Pumpkin Day. Courtney, you can carve like that, right?
I know. I'm so jealous. Look at that.
Incredible.
My pumpkins end up just falling apart.
Yeah,
okay,
mine
so
too.
plus, are you the weakest link?
Uh-oh.
We're answering that question with host of the hit show, Jane Lynch, and learning more about the reboot. I'm very excited about this. I love her, love the original show.
Jane Lynch is incredible. She has such a great body of work. And we were talking about the Best in Show reunion,
Yes.
the Christopher Guest movies with Catherine O'Hara, Jen Coolidge, Jane Lynch. So I think today and tonight, maybe this weekend, sounds like a little reunion movie marathon.
Absolutely. Okay, well, thanks so much for joining us today on this Friday. Let's toss it over now to Lauren and Keith, standing by with the news at 4.